today is the last day that you can register to vote, and I've been reading up on all the different parties and their policies. Labour just put out their manifesto. There's this little party called the Lib Dems, which I think are an up and coming thing. And then there's basically these three main parties. It's not so much today about the parties themselves, but a very specific part of policy change. The NHS. For the uninitiated, it's probably one of the best things we have. No other country has something like we have. It's taken for granted. It's crazy. So yeah, I've seen this video floating around Facebook. Hashtag save the NHS. It's basically loads of doctors and nurses and people from the NHS discussing what's been going on, because obviously it's a little bit but the overriding message was to save the NHS, you need to vote anyway but Conservative. Now, regardless of all the other politics, there are loads of other things going on that are obviously really important to people, and those are whole other issues. Regardless of all of those things, this one video is what has convinced me to vote the way that I'm going to vote. All the stuff that happened last year, if you don't know, I'm going to do a whole nother video on that, but basically I was very reliant on the NHS last year, and I have been for, well, my whole family has been treated by the NHS for numerous different things for all my life. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't make it to 30. You know, I've got, well, the camera's going to pick this up. This giant scar essentially saved my life, and that's because of the NHS. I couldn't have got that surgery if it wasn't for the NHS. People that I've known for all my life who have been affected by something, they've relied on the NHS to support them in that, potentially wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that free healthcare. I have so many family friends who have had pretty shitty luck when it comes to health. Lots of old school friends, old family friends, they wouldn't have been able to afford to be treated if it wasn't for the free healthcare that we have. So it's a big thing, they're very close to my heart, and this video made me realise how important it is to make sure that we save that institution. I felt it was important to get this video out before the election, because regardless of all the other politics and all the other shit that's going on, the world is but my overriding feeling is that everyone in Britain loves the NHS and is proud of the NHS. You know, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find... I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who hasn't at least had a family member, or you've been yourself. But I just felt it was important. A lot of these videos won't be kind of politically charged. I don't like influencing the way people think. How they vote politically is not really any of my business, but purely on the NHS, you know, regardless of your political allegiances, the NHS is something that once it's gone, that is gone. We will never be able to get back the system that we have now. If the NHS goes and people have to start paying for healthcare, it is going to be bedlam. If the NHS gets sold off, we are royally I'd be there's no way I can get health insurance. If Breaking Bad was set in England, it would be, got cancer. Okay, well, it's alright, we're just going to put you through some radiotherapy and stuff. It's all free, so there's no need to make lots of crack or whatever it is. I haven't watched it, don't judge. But it'd be a pretty boring series, because Heisenberg would just walk into a hospital or his GPs and go, I'm feeling a bit sick. And they go, it's cool, we'll send you to the hospital, get you some scans done, work out what's going on. If anything's going on, send you into surgery, maybe some radiotherapy, chemotherapy, stick you on some morphine. Great drug, and then we'll get you sorted. Don't worry about it. Would have gone home, had a little cry, told his family, but he'd be treated. Wouldn't have to go through all this fannying around making blue crack rocks. Drugs are bad. So anyway, have a look at the video. I'll put the video in the link. Go and see the points that they make, and obviously vote for whoever you feel is right for you and is going to represent you the most. That is the whole point of democracy. The NHS is probably one of the most important things that we take for granted in this country. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Vote however you want, but do vote. However you vote, just vote. Please take it into consideration when you're voting. You know, I'm gonna name drop. Theresa May is gonna f*** the NHS. But yeah, save the NHS. Hashtag what? I hate that. Nick wanted to be in all my videos, so now she's gonna be in the black and white bit at the end. Say something interesting about yourself.
I can't. Joel beats me up.